Hello, I'm George Christian of the Texas Civil Justice League. In a few weeks, Texas voters will go to the polls to vote in the Democratic and Republican primaries. Many of the races that will be on the ballot are races for judicial offices. Oftentimes, voters do not have a lot of information about judicial candidates, and they often don't know where to look to find the most qualified candidate to vote for. Today, we are honored to have former Texas Supreme Court Justice Dale Wainwright to visit with us about the importance of educating voters about judicial candidates so that we make the right choices when we go to the ballot box. Thank you, Justice Wainwright. Welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us about the kinds of power that judges have over Texans' everyday lives.
A judge can sign a piece of paper called an order and do a lot of things that have important impacts on people. A judge can sign a piece of paper called an order that can mean that a family loses the right to raise their children. A judge could sign a different order and a business could lose its assets to someone else or another business. Or ultimately, depending on the type of judge, that judge could sign an order and a person could lose their very lives, be executed for harsh activities here in the state of Texas. That's why it's so important to have judges who are experienced, who have outstanding moral character, and have a judicial philosophy where they will not be activists. In other words, there will be conservative judges who aren't there to follow their own agenda, but follow the law.
How do I choose between candidates in the same party? Are there markers that you would suggest that I look for that would tell me which judge is better qualified?
Several things to look for. The judge's experience. For example, if there's a candidate for Chief Justice of a high court, does that candidate have the experience to lead, the institutional memory and the history to know what's been done in the past and therefore what may be a good approach to a case or procedure in the future? And does that judge have the backing of organizations and people who know and understand what good judging looks like?
Why are judges so important to our system of democracy?
The job of a judge is really selfless. A judge is not there to follow his or her own personal agenda. A judge is there to uphold the Constitution, protect the constitutional rights of individuals, even when a judge may think, I wish I could write that law differently, or wish there were a different policy in place. So judges are there to enforce the rule of law that makes our democracy such a great place, where we all have equal standing before the law. It's when judges start to impose their own philosophies and agendas that we have inequity that seeps into the judicial system.
Thank you, Justice Wainwright. For more information about judicial candidates, go to texasjudges.org, a website of the Texas Civil Justice League. Thank you.